And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
You watched the Pam Anderson documentary.
I did, and
Full
I got to
thing?
tell you something. Watched the full thing. Christine fell asleep pretty quick. Did you watch it, Lou, too?
Did you?
No.
Did you watch it on your tummy with your head,
No.
with your head in your hands?
No, I hope Christine. By the way, watching the best years of Pam Anderson, while my girlfriend's snoring in my armpit. I was like,
Damn, you were getting a pit job.
yeah, she was giving me a pit job. She was
giving you a
finger
pit stop?
blasting me. She was finger blasting me, and yeah, like she was eating my pit out.
Did you watch the full? What is it?
Full thing, 2 hours.
Okay.
Now I'll tell you this: fell back in love with her all over again.
Oh,
I really did, and I don't even think
you lost your man because you fell asleep.
I don't think she looks bad anymore either.
You had Lou erase that episode.
No.
There you go, Lou. I'm gonna need you to.
No,
pull
I said
that.
it because here's the thing. It's a 2-hour documentary, very long. I was able to settle into her age and how long it's been.
Yeah.
This isn't her fault at all. And for her age, she's holding it the fuck together. Sure, she's got one yellow tooth in the front. So do I.
Who doesn't?
Who fucking doesn't?
If you like sweets, you got one.
Sure, her tits are all crazy and she walks around and see-through stuff in front of her mother and children, but it doesn't. That's not what it's about.
Matter. That's so cool.
She's a
so
good
cool.
person.
She's that out.
She
Are you gonna get into
was
animal rights now?
Oh no, but she was alluring when she was young.
What was the
Holy
part about?
shit.
What was the part about JFK Jr.? Did he call her and be like, "Oh yeah, I want to suck on your tits.
Well,
Look
it
at
does-
those
it
big
does-
fat tits."
It does run through the boyfriends. There was a couple that I fucking forgot. One, Bayo, of course. She even,
yeah.
She even does. Who was the first person, Christine? 'Cause you were awake for this part, but she was going through her old journals. Most of it's her journals
Yeah.
through all these years.
Today I went on a date with the Ultimate Warrior. You know,
Oh no, I know what it
the
was.
Ultimate Warrior.
I know what it was. She laid a couple of goodies on. One, she goes, I think if I want my my one person, if I was going to be with one person right now, I really would want it to be Mario. Who she's talking about is Mario Van Peebles. Did not even know they were a thing ever.
What?
Mario Van Peebles. And then she goes,
Was he hot off a posse?
about to leave Mario's house, go take a shower, and head over to see Scott, because she was still fucking Scott Baio at the time. Damn. And she's like, oh, leave it to a documentary 30-some years later to show everyone what a whore you were. And I was like, damn, dude, go get it, Pam Anderson. I don't know how, with the way she looked at this time they're talking about,
Yeah.
that any of these guys were able to walk away from her. She must have, there's something in her personality these people don't like. I tell you what I think it is.
Night terrors?
No, I think it's a good guess. I think she's not as wild as you might think sexually, really. I think she likes being sexy, but I bet these guys are like, yo, I'm about to get a girl who's going to like suck my asshole on the balcony while another girl like goes down on her. And I think she's like,
You know what it always
not
reminds me
like
of?
that.
It always reminds me of in UFC when there's one guy who's jacked and like ripped and looks so cool.
Yeah.
And then there's just a schlub that just beats the piss out of him because he's just good at fighting. And, all, you know, he just has technique. Like Daniel Cormier fucked up a lot of guys that looked cool, and Cormier looked like a plumber.
Yeah.
Just coming in there and
does.
beating the shit out
He
of
looks
people.
like my grandmother's old cleaning guy, Dave.
And then you fucking... I think that's what happens with Pam Anderson is she looks so sexy, but really you just want... That's what Tiger Woods was having Applebee's waitresses because he knew where the mines were. He knew where the
He knew
where the slut mines were. He was going in and he's like, you want to see something you've never seen before?
I can't believe I don't have more stories about my grandmother's cleaning guy, Dave.
I like him as a new character.
He came over.
Looking like Daniel Cormier?
He came over once every week or two.
Yeah.
She would always drive him home to a terrible neighborhood, and he was just an old, like, black dude. You know what I mean? Wonky eye, bunch of missing teeth. But son of a bitch, he came over. My grandmother saw no issues with anything. When I was very young, just left me alone with Dave plenty.
Damn.
Just Dave cleaning the house and me and Dave.
That's
but
a baby,
Dave ruled.
Yeah, that's a baby swimming in the ocean, though. I'm not saying you're going to get bit by a shark, but you could get bit by a shark.
But Dave's great.
You're just floating out there, and they're like, he's like, Jay, and you're like mushing your little kid tits together, and you're like, Dave?
No, I wish we had more stories of like Dave would take me, you know, when my dad was going on, my grandfather passed away. It's like, I wish there was like Dave took me fishing and taught me old black man like knowledge or something.
Teaching you how to dance in the backyard.
Yeah, you don't play cards with a bunch of strangers.
He goes, now, this right here is Mr. John Lee Hooker. He's got some stories. You're going to listen to him.
Me and Dave, he talked like that. He talked like
Chicago man, Jason, you better get your head up. Move side to side. Someone needs to tell you to play football, young man. That'd be awesome.
He had that voice of like fat tongue and missing teeth.
I love that voice.
Like let me tell you something.
That's wisdom.
Come here, your grandma always treat me good.
Yeah.
I
Now,
wish,
Jason,
man, I
you
wish
have
you would have taken me off to do some shit.
You have a scrumptious little asshole,
Yeah.
and I have had to stop myself several times.
I wish I had cool stories. Like he reluctantly taught me guitar.
Oh my!
He didn't want to, but I kept bothering him. Dave, come on.
Do you know
He's
Jane?
It's been years since I picked up one of them things.
And then
Stupid thing.
What a fun thing to find out about your friend. Where I go, do you know Jay knows Muddy Waters' entire catalog on guitar? I mean, he does Manish Boy, but then he goes into like the Florida Boy. He's just got a bunch of
Did you
hits.
guys see Jay do Down at the Crossroads on the talent show? I went down to the crossroads.
Jay's got the blues in his heart.
I went down to the crossroads.
Slide guitar, and then we're in public and like old black guys are recognizing you. They go, "Hey, no way,
That's Slim. It's Slim Okerson.
That's Philadelphia Slim."
It's my ironic name.
Yeah. He used to go play now with my old brother Dave. Played bass with him.
Oh, it's Tiny Oaks.
Yeah. And you're just,
Hey, Tiny Oaks.
but just also
What's up, fellas?
Christine catching you living your old life in the room, just playing the guitar, and Christine's like, "Jay, I'm home," and y'all, "I've been down too long."
Jay, when did you start getting that flat brim cowboy hat you're wearing? Pardon?
Yeah.
Lift up. What's that? Sorry, I was just noodling around with the old thing.
Or you're just super sweaty with the fucking slide guitar on, smoking.
Christine sleeping early. Got her snoring up in my pits.
Dude, I would have killed for an old black dude to swoop in and raise me once Gary fucking fled.
Man, Dave, you missed a real opportunity. I just realized that me and Black Lou are wearing the same exact shirt.
Oh my God, you guys should kiss.
Why are we not kissing yet? I went down to the crossroads.
You're just having a secret life as a blues
Dave.
prodigy because of your fucking grandma's cleaning guy stepping in at the right moment. He goes, "Man."
Old Black Dave. Dude.
I go, "Dude, by the way, do not get into it with Jay about Buddy Guy. He'll fucking fight you. It's like me with the Niners.
The guy's got dates and facts, man. He's carrying the receipts.
This guy knows about Delta blues. This guy knows about Chicago blues. This guy is fucking
Mississippi woman, gonna take my heart and rip it in two. You are a
Lewis is like,
Mississippi woman.
I was at Skankfest and I went backstage and I heard Jay sing and it really made me feel something.
Yeah. He goes,
Hey, Jay,
he was just like dicking around with it.
I don't know if you've ever lost. That song would have hit you.
He goes, "Oh, can I see that guitar real quick?"
Immediate sweat.
Skank Fed Blues.
Ah, dude, I would love it.
So much pussy, so little time.
If you have children, just force them to learn an instrument. Really do it. Please, Black Lou, just really force him to learn the piano. Something where Hendrix can... His name's Hendrix.
How about drums?
Sure. Absolutely. But you should
drums,
definitely...
but I think reading music, actually reading the music, and to be able to sit down and play the piano...
Yeah, if I could have...
He's going to float through life.
The one thing I wish for myself I would have stuck with any kind of instrument, and the one thing I wish I would have done for Isabella, of all the things I didn't teach her, riding a bike, driving a car...
Yeah.
I wish
punching a man.
But goddamn it, is she funny?
Yeah, she is. Isabella has a joke that I have used several times where I'm like, and I quote Isabella every time, where she goes, "Dude, the name for Jay's friends sometimes that he hangs around with his puppies is one of the funniest things. Just dad's puppies." And you're like, Kurt could write that. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things you're like, God damn, dude. Isabella, she's the only child of one of my friends that I get like try to turn it on and be like, so anyway.
Yeah, it'd be a little funny.
Because we're at the Korn concert and she was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Because her and Katie were watching that lady in front of me.
Yeah, live streaming to no viewers.
Isabella goes,
so funny.
She's not even live streaming to anybody.
No one's
we didn't even
watching.
notice that. We just saw her live streaming and Katie and I were like joking about her, like how she would close out the live stream.
Yeah, just
and
the fact that she is live streaming was
that was
already
what
funny.
And then Isabella just leans in and goes, and it's to no one.
Yeah,
and we're like,
nobody's
what?
watching.
we looked, it was
She
zero.
started cackling.
Yeah, dude, it was so funny.
She was cackling.
Man, Dave blew an opportunity.
He's doing down to the crossroads.
I mean, you should always do that. Step in and fucking
You know,
teach a kid a random skill.
Couple interesting
But
things.
don't molest them. That's also the thing.
A couple other interesting things from the Pammy documentary. I call her Pammy again.
Yeah.
one, she said, "This is." She says everything so matter of fact. That's why I believe her. She's not even like, "Can you fucking believe this for like the right reason?" She's always like, "I said no because what?" Sylvester Stallone asked her to be his number one girl for a Porsche, and was it straight up cash maybe?
And
It was
cash,
like cash
to be named later.
It's cash and a Porsche, and she goes to be my number one. And she goes, "Wait, if I'm number one, that means there's a number two." And he goes, "Hey, sweetheart, this is Hollywood. It's the best deal you're gonna get." And she was like, "No, thank you, I'm okay." But her problem was that there was gonna be other girls. It wasn't just like the idea of that at all.
I think it's incredible that Stallone haggles for pussy. He goes, "All right, here's what I can offer you: a weekend in Park City, Utah. All right, and no oral."
She still
Or a Porsche and you're number 3.
she still misses Tommy Lee for sure. She definitely is still in the Tommy Lee, but
Damn, Tommy Lee must just make women fall.
he is so dumb.
That's
Tommy
why.
Lee. But I did feel. But another thing I felt bad for them on, really bad for them on the thing was I didn't even think about this because they were very against the Hulu show Pam and Tommy because they had nothing to do with it, and like, why are you drudging this story up and whatever. And she never watched it. I don't know if Tommy Lee watched it, but her son calls her and she's like, "Hey, I watched the first. They've released all first 3 episodes first night." And she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I told Dylan not to watch it." And like her sons seem very together too. And like I told him not to watch it because it's just going to make him mad because they give the guy a reason. And they were like, yeah, they make it like dad was shitty to him when he was doing construction here and doing. And I was like, I didn't even think about that when they gave it. They really did be like, well, he was a dick to this guy, so he took it. It's like, whatever the case is, you stole a guy's safe. Like, that's a wild crime. You know what I mean? Not that they made him like a good guy, but they did give like, well, he was pissed for a reason. He goes, no, maybe he was just a piece of shit. Time, you know what I mean? Because they in the show, Tommy Lee pulls a shotgun on him and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I feel like I would have heard about that more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also the guy is a nobody's, and they're so famous that he's kind of like, look what I did. I stole this little, piece of fame from them. I did this crazy thing, and everyone's like, yeah, but it's really fucked up that you just, from their perspective, they're like, you just came into our house and fucking took all our most sensitive items in a safe.
But
if you put shit in a safe at your house,
that should be good.
That shit's fucking, you're like, well, that's safe.
It's like a safe. He had to come. Fun. He had to like drag it out with like a truck.
Didn't he do it? Yeah, they put it in a truck and dragged it out. Was that Seth Rogen's character?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the guy.
Then you guys see one of your favorite actors play the guy that fucked you over. You ever had someone fuck you over and then someone, you know what I mean?
Oh, geez, that's gonna be awful.
You're like, oh, I like Seth Rogen. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, the fat guy from Cobra Kai was Richard Jewell, the Atlanta bombing.
Yeah. Richard Jewell's like, oh man,
that guy.
Yeah, when you're getting cast, I always think about that. Like, it's really cool. Most of the time, it's action movies where there's like a true story about an FBI agent, and then at the end they show the picture of the real guy and he's a schlub. He's like,
the worst. We all know the worst ever is the end of Blow.
Yeah,
that's the fun. That lay over the screen is just like
said it before.
It'll make you go, whoa!
One of the biggest laughs. One of the biggest laughs in a movie theater that I heard was that guy going, "Whoa, throw mama from the train."
Yeah, it's so great.
This guy behind me just yelled that. I was like, that was good.
I mean, spent hours doing the real people versus the actors. It's my favorite pastime.
Oh yeah,
they're all fugly. The real people.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. But in this context, I mean like someone does a fucked up thing to you, and then they put a guy you like on your enemy, as your enemy. Like Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson hate this fucking guy,
and so do their sons. They probably thought Seth Rogen was funny and whatever. And
they probably loved Superbad or Knocked Up, and they're like, I love Seth Rogen.
Oh, this dick.
Yeah.
They got fucked. Here's what it is. They're two sort of dumb people who got like fucked over.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee.
They're dumb hots.
Yeah.
And of course we wanted to watch them slam into each other because dumb hots slam into each other the best.
But I do think that's a lot of the thing with her through her thing. She's a sex symbol, but I feel like
the sex is
she talked about doing the roast to make money for PETA, like to give it all to PETA. She was like, and they showed Jimmy Kimmel's first joke, like, thank you for allowing us to fuck you for the second time on film. And she was kind of like, okay. And she really goes, by the way, I'm all for the roast jokes. Yeah. She said she did it, though, and not even mad at her. She goes, and that's, like, not my kind of, she goes, it was very, like, vulgar and all mean. She goes, not my kind of humor at all. So I'm like, oh, so she wouldn't dig what I do anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not even that, other than the thing that it's just like she seems like
walking Pam Anderson would hurt
sweet.
so bad. You're like, oh, you're leaving. Okay, she's getting up and going.
And this is current. Not Pam Anderson that I was melted over when I was younger, but she said something that turned me around on her whole. Because she keeps pointing out, like, she's been married 5 or 6 times, and within that documentary, another one fell apart.
While they're making it?
Yeah. Not like you don't see it happen. It's just like they filed for divorce.
The guy walks by the camera, he goes, dead fish. I'm just saying, I'm out.
But they said, like, her sons don't give her shit, and she was like, because she would always think, like, I'm a stupid idiot for keep getting married. Then she was like, then I think, like, you know what? Like, I love falling in love and kind of like whatever. Like,
yeah.
It's not my thing, It's like you'd think I'd be settled by now or something, but like, maybe not. She's like, well, I'm open to like meeting people, and maybe I'll be alone for a while. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck it.
Shout out, Pam.
Gives a shit.
Go the Trish route.
She really raised kids. I mean, she almost fell out of the public eye after like VIP. What did she ever do? Other than like
loved VIP,
but other than like bit parts in movies and stuff. And she was even saying like
Stacked
by that point
with Brian Scalero.
She goes, by that point they were just bringing me in to be like the tits of something or the whatever. So like. Yeah. She was like, so I just kind of like fell off and didn't do it. And then at the end, you're rooting for her. She gets Chicago on Broadway, and it's like shows her getting ready for it. And her son's all proud of her, and she's like, hell yeah, Pam Anderson.
Good for you,
Pam.
It
really was like it did its job. I was like, fuck, man, Pam Anderson. What a life, dude.
Yeah.
Wild.
Having a good documentary about you, it's got to feel good.
Good for her. Go get it, man. I mean, man, they just show all those
years. Did the fame turn on instantly? Was it like she got seen in one thing?
She also wasn't a super hot teenager.
Well, she was in a Labatt Blue commercial because she got spotted at a Argonauts game,
and
right?
she was so hot. She had this natural thing, but I mean, through all of that, she had some horrible haircut. I mean, things where you saw and you'd go, I really wouldn't think twice about this chick if she walked by. But like under that, whenever they scraped away and by the time she did Playboy, unreal.
She was just at a Argonauts game, right?
Yeah, because you see also, it's like that's not the same face you even remember there. But it is. It's just like surrounded by not what you knew she became.
Canadian football gave us one of our biggest icons.
Yeah, she said she stood up
her
and they brought her down to do a drawing in the middle. Then she got a phone call from Playboy.
Can you imagine being that hot that they're like, hey, we got a call late at night, like in the middle of the night. We're like, are you sleeping? This girl gave me a bonus so big you got to see her.
The funny is watching how many times she had to face late night people.
Yeah.
And they really again, you just feel like I understand their side. I'd be on their side. I'd be a person in this documentary going like, where I'd have to go like, damn, dude, that sucks to hear her like side of that. Because it was like going on Jay Leno and it was like, if you could be anyone in the world, like, who would you be? Anybody else in the world? She's like, you, so I could torture, or like, something like you, so I could torture you in a conversation like this. And he's like, what do you mean that? It was something you're laughing at it, and it was like destroyed my life. It was sort of the end of her career, that sex tape, as far as acting seriously.
Yeah.
And it was like, it destroyed my life. And he's like, and she's like, yeah, like, you're fucking like sort of a dick. And she just kind of smiled through it still the whole time, but she would like give it to him.
And then after he's like, hey, you actually, are you really pissed?
Yeah, no, I'm giving no shit, by the way, to Jay Leno. I'm like, of course, this is what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God! Can you imagine if Corey Feldman's son went up to us and was like, "You guys really did some damage at home"? I'd be like, "Dad, we were just fucking around.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry."
Man. Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like,
don't make me
sorry.
face reality.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. It was just like a fun thing to make fun of. It seemed crazy. I'm sorry. Fuck.
But she.
You don't want to know how the tiger got to the zoo. You just want to go see the tiger at the zoo.
She did though. Literally.
You don't want to know. Be like, you know how they caught this tiger, and you're like, please don't tell me.
And these few people got her in like the right time. Obviously, like the young, like the Scott Bayos, but for like Tommy Lee and a Bret Michaels probably for that little bit of time.
Damn.
And Kid Rock even. Like when they had, and that's why I think with the Kid Rock thing, I think she just wasn't wild like Kid Rock. I think that's why he was able to go, okay, yeah, we can split up. It wasn't like it was pretty amicable.
And then he goes, you know who's real freaky deaky? Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, I bet.
We send each other pictures.
I bet Pam, but also the weird thing was
stuff.
The changing of the times of what was like considered hot, because when you look back, she is, outside of her when she got the huge fake titties, which I don't even love, she was so not curvy at all. But I made Christine laugh by say at one point it was just like they filmed everything in their house. Her and Tommy Lee. Forget the fucking.
Yeah, they're hot.
Like just doing
hot's
stuff.
hot's like record of their.
At one point it was just her.
Hotness.
At one point it was her just like in like a t-shirt that was cut where it's like just kind of covering like her nipple on,
dude.
and
like
thong underwear or bikini shorts, and she's just out the window looking, and she goes, "Oh, Tommy looks," and just like jumping around and bouncing, and I was like, that must have been great for Tommy Lee. By the way, their marriage fell apart because they had 2 kids, and then he was flipping out. He was like, that's what she screamed, right? He goes, I want my fucking wife back because she became a mom right away, and he's like, yo, why are you not blowing me outside anymore? And all this stuff. Do you know what I mean? He wants
I
like
want to honk a boat with my wiener in front of you.
Yeah, and she was like, yeah, we're kind of parents now. And he's like, no, let's go out and let me finger you at the Viper Room.
Yeah, he goes, fuck Goodnight Moon. Let me do anal.
That's why they fell apart. And he admits that. He was like, yeah, I just was number 3 in the house and I hated it.
Is he in the documentary?
No, but like compilation of interviews he's given where he does say stuff. He was like, yeah, I was number 3 in the house and I was just flipping out about it. Like, you know,
damn,
like, you have this girl,
dumb idiot.
Well, it's like your wife's on the poster of a zillion teenagers' rooms, and like you went at home, you're like, oh man, I get to fuck that whenever I want, and then all of a sudden she's just like, actually, I have to go pump my breasts.
Yeah.
And
Also,
he's like, oh,
his bob isn't right, so I got to go take care of it.
Yeah.
He's like, but I'm fucking word.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, let me spread the world's most famous ass.
And she goes,
and she's like, you probably don't want to do that. I got a roid from sitting on the can.
Also, Blue's Clues is on in 5. We missed that. This house is going to be in chaos.
Sons, both good-looking boys.
Yeah, dude. That's got to be crazy. Because, like, we were talking about that yesterday, where you just meet someone and they're like, so-and-so Lee, you know, like, oh, I'm Mark Lee. And you're like, oh, Mark Lee. And you never would think. And then he's like, yeah, Tommy Lee. And you're like, oh, and your mom's Pam Anderson? And he's like, yeah. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great audience.
Aside from the fuck tape in their life, like, they really, like, the kids seem like pretty proud of her for all the stuff she did. You know what I mean? Like, they seem pretty well adjusted. I think she was a good mom.
Didn't one of them just knock out Tommy Lee?
But they also have... I think they did get into a fight or something. Yeah.
Wasn't that just like a year ago where Tommy Lee?
No, it was a couple years ago now.
Oh,
I think it was when he was first dating that Josh Adam Meyer's ex-girlfriend.
She calls me on the bad phone. I'm like, put him on the phone. I'll sing him down. I go, hey, Tommy, don't you go punching nobody.
The one who does funny stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the silly girl.
Silly girl.
You know silly girl.
Dylan Jagger Lee.
Dylan Jagger Lee.
More like Dylan Jagoff.
I mean, that's a name. Brandon's a good name. Dylan Jagger, you're like, oh, man, you guys really...
No, they both seem like good dudes, too. And then what they do have, what's cool, because they filmed everything also, is, and it shows them kind of enjoying it, like seeing their parents. By the time they were born and can remember anything, like their parents were like rocky relations, you know, probably getting back together, breaking up. He went to jail for 6 months.
Damn.
For like domestic shit. So, like, do you know what I mean? They know all that, but they get to see those first couple years, dude, when they didn't have kids and stuff. They get to see all this shit of them just being like in love, dude. Those two were like idiot teenagers.
Yeah. I mean, hots. 2 of the hottest.
With bottomless money in their minds, probably.
And just do it, you know, going to arenas. He's just rocking arenas and then writing out. And she's just on barbed wire. She was like big as shit, dude.
Well, barbed wire was flopped. That was like all like same time.
Yeah,
but the porn thing came out.
She
so.
was an icon, though. I feel like it went
Baywatch,
Pam.
obviously.
It went like Pam Anderson, Kim Kardashian. It was as far as like
Carmen
sex
Electra,
symbols go.
She married the guy. She married the guy. Listen, she's not a bright girl. She married the guy who fucked Paris Hilton in the video twice. Twice she married him.
Damn, that guy's good at sex. That's the one thing you can definitely take away from that.
Well, the whole video is him getting his dick sucked. So it's like a Rob Corddry's line. He goes, hey, I'm really good at getting head.
She married him twice?
Twice.
Yeah.
I said she's not a bright bulb. But you just root for her because she was just like pretty and grabbed that. I think she has like not a lot of money. She's like in debt. And stuff. Like she was in debt most of her thing. Yeah, they never like... She doesn't get royalties and stuff on Baywatch, right? There's all shitty contracts and stuff.
Really? Oh, man. And then Hugh Hefner's estate has disappeared since that documentary. We're into rescuing dogs
She
now.
She does not turn on him ever.
Stays loyal.
She stays loyal to Hugh Hefner even when he's a carcass now. She does not say, doesn't even acknowledge anything about there's some weird things going on there. She was like, I went there And the girl was like, everyone here's got fake tits. So she was like, okay, I'll get fake tits. But that's like nothing like fuck that place or the way they treated women. She's like, it was the most amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
She really talked about like loving modeling. She was like, I felt like I was a character. I was like this sexy character, and she talks about like loving doing it. And it was kind of cool to hear that perspective of it, of somebody that's like not filled with regret from doing something sexual publicly. Like,
yeah, they're coming out and being like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, she had fun being a fucking sex symbol.
Also, the explanation of like, everyone's like, so what? You're in a porn tape. Like, why would you not make money from it? Like, you've done play. Everyone's seen your pussy already. And she's like, yeah, but like on my terms and whatever. This is like you're watching me and my husband fuck. It's weird. And I'm like, yeah, it is weird. It's like it is a very different thing for sure.
As opposed to a set.
Yeah, being in Playboy. Kim Kardashian did Playboy, and then she just gets the fucking socks knocked off her by Ray J's huge thickie.
Do you think Chris like saw the opportunity with Pam Anderson's tape and was like, "Oh, look what that created," and they didn't capitalize, and then Chris Kardashian or Kris Jenner, and then she was like, well, if you just cash in on the opportunity, then you can make billions of dollars. Do you think that was ever a thought in her head? Like seeing Pam Anderson not cash in on it and being like...
Well, she acknowledges that. She even says, like, it's now, like, falls under the category of the videos that people... She goes, people even still say, like, you guys made a lot of money off that. She's like, I never made a penny. She's like, I never made a dime off of it. She goes, I just signed the rights over because it was going to be court forever.
Yeah.
For money she didn't even want. She just wanted it never to be shown.
Yeah.
And I forget what the reason was. They ultimately just sold the rights.
Well, because Ray J's came out in the news and been like, we shot a sex tape, and then Kris Jenner made us shoot another sex tape that made Kim look better with angles, and then sold it to like a Vivid distributor.
She's like, I'm not really seeing... Like, I'm not seeing my daughter's pink glove really grabbing up on your shaft. So if you can, like if you could slowly like kind of raise her up when you're doing it, so you really see the labia, and I'm going to use an industry term, labia minoris, really slowly grabbing onto the peg.
But when they're doing,
you guys have fun out there.
When they're eventually doing the Netflix Kardashian movie in 2031, and they're doing that moment where Kris Jenner's sitting there, you know, and Kim's like, "Oh, Ray J's got our sex tape or whatever," and they're like talking about Pam Anderson not cashing in on it, and she's like, "That sex tape laying around? Let me see that." And then distributes it, because that's what put Kim Kardashian was on like a bunch of shows before the sex tape, like Rich Kid Ranch and shit like that.
Kourtney was. She was Paris Hilton's assistant. She was
That's
really like
nothing. I knew one of them was on like those like shitty fringe shows.
Wasn't she also her closet organizer?
She was a closet organizer.
Oh, I thought it was just
But then she was always next to her at parties and shit, and then Kourtney was doing that. And then that sex tape,
I thought the sex tape came directly from Paris, where I thought Kim was like, well, look what this did for Paris.
Very possibly, but Paris Hilton says she hates it too. But Kim Kardashian's thing was interesting, because when the tape came out, I mean, I think the first few times it was presented to me like, did you see this thing? It wasn't the Kim Kardashian, because that didn't almost mean anything. It was like, have you seen the Ray J fucking Paris Hilton's friend?
Yeah, he had the more
Isn't that wild?
Heat in the thing where he was like, oh, Moesha's brother.
Yeah.
You know?
Almost like, that, yeah. You're like,
it went up in value as she got more famous.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah.
It's aged like a Babe Ruth rookie card. And now you're like, oh, this thing created several $1 billion for the Kardashians.
She's
like
creating like a venture capitalist group now.
That's crazy. That's crazy that...
Tell you what else she created? A fucking batch from Pete Davidson.
Yeah. Bam. Boom. Bink. Bonk.
She got... What if she... Yeah. Pete, I'm going to go on a cum walk through the mall with you. You ever do a cum walk? Where they have cum on their face and they walk through public places?
No, I didn't know that was
it's a whole porn genre.
That's crazy that I didn't know that you said that like it was Cheers. Like it was
cum
like, you guys ever watch Cum Walk? I'm like, no,
not cum. Have you ever seen cum walks in porn?
No.
Never?
No.
Come on, dude. What porn do you watch, Lou?
I don't know. Not ones where they walk around the mall with jizz on their face.
I don't watch that to jerk off. I've just seen it on stuff.
You just watch it while you're waiting for other stuff to load?
Cum walk.
I watch porn where they wipe it off and go home. No.
Really? And you follow them on their way home and see what else they do?
No, Lou does drive home porn.
No, I already...
Just half teary regrets?
It's just regrets, dude. It's zero fucking all regret. It's just him being like, it's just a guy driving going like this. I should have used the condom.
Yeah, you just take a little cum walk.
What's a cum walk? I mean, I know what it is, but
right there, dude. She's doing a cum walk. She's got a batch on her face from this guy's penis of semen.
So funny if you're just at the Cinnabon and you go, does that lady have jizz on her face? She's walking by. You're just eating a cinnamon roll and you're like, does that lady got fucking cum on her?
The only thing better, thing better than seeing someone, is catching someone who's on a cum walk, or someone you know.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh my God!" He goes, "Are you here?"
We just bought this Ansel Adams over here.
And you go,
do you have cum on you?
Oh God, I'm gonna go. I'll see you. I'll see you at the game.
Hey, Jen, you got something? Oh, it's on her eyelid.
It's on her glasses.
What, did you walk through a fucking ghost?
She's at a Costco on a cum walk.
Oh.
Clean up aisle 3, am I right?
Ah, dude. What? Wait, so he fucked her here?
I don't know if he fucked her. She could have just sucked his dick.
Yeah, it looks like she blew him.
At the Costco?
Now
That's
go to
pretty,
Lowe's.
That's pretty rad.
It's a Lowe's.
It is a Lowe's. You know how I know? Really fair prices on all that lumber.
Imagine sending your woman to Lowe's after that.
You go get me a drill bit after I just fucking painted your face.
Then you sent her to Lowe's.
Don't wash it
She
off.
blew him in a bathroom at Lowe's, and now she's taking the cum walk.
We could just walk around here, just go right out there.
We could just walk. The guys that are always gaming always have the creepiest voices. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if we just fucking walked over here. Do you want to maybe get a box of Good and Plenty's? And then we can go get I need a new sander. Let's go. Let's go, girls.
I hope she has a legit cleaner for those glasses, though. That's what I'd be.
It's gonna hold, dude. Excuse me, miss. Did you let a candle drip on you?
Is this Lowe's?
I don't know. There's some sponges. It does look like.
Oh, she has some on her shirt too, Dan. Don't worry. Dan, don't act like she didn't go up 2 points when you saw the size of those canzolas, though.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm looking at this fucking nursery they got going on with all these plants.
Oh my God, is those orchids?
Oh, look at that. In bloom for $14.99. I mean, you hop on that. I got a little cum on my tits. Walking through a Lowe's, got some jizz on my face.
DJ Lou, you and your girlfriend never do cum walks through like Newport Center Mall or something?
It never occurred to me to shame her like that.
You guys never head down to Princeton and just do some cum walks?
Dude, I swear to God, I saw Soder at a Dairy Queen in Jersey, but he had cum on him.
He goes, I think I saw Soder cum walking through a Dairy Queen.
I got caught in a ricochet type scenario.
Oh, the best if you have to ask for help while you're on cum walk.
Dude,
You go, paper clips?
Who's walks with jizz?
It's a native girl.
I want you, instead of your fire walk, you will do a jizz walk.
Jacob, you wouldn't think it was awesome if a girl wanted to walk around with your jizz on her face?
No.
That's why you're lonely.
Dude, the pitch is crazy. Her being like, so, I'm going to blow you. I want you to come on me, and then I'm going to take a little stroll. I'm going to take a little stroll. Like,
He goes, I'm going to go hit Mickey D's.
You know I'm going to be at the point,
Excuse me?
after I come, I'm going to be at the point where I definitely don't want you to do that.
Well, here's the thing also.
I don't want to
think you
come
have-
and then be like, walk around.
I think
want
you
to
have
come
to-
and be like, hey, are you all right? Could you nosh?
I think the load's got to be a little fresh because it's not going to stay, dare I say, wet and drippy for long. Eventually, it's going to dry on your face. So you have to get. So you have to receive the cum by where you're going to do the cum walk.
And I'm glad you said something.
Thank you.
Because I am right here, right now, announcing Dan Soder's Cum Tupperware. It's Tupperware for your cum that you can take it on the go. Keep it hot.
It's got a moisture. It's got a moisture containment system.
You want to do a cum walk at the Freedom Tower? Bring some Dan's Cum Tupperware. It's called Cumperware. I was trying
Cumperware?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get it. Someone on the internet will figure it out. And I'm telling you, these things are flying off the shelf.
They'll keep
Call
your
the
cum
number right
wet,
now.
chunky.
Jay, now feel right here. Feel in this little piece of Tupperware. Feel how warm that is? Mm-hmm. That's my cum from this morning.
Oh my God!
Put it in some cum Tupperware.
Still chunks.
Brought it to work like it was my wife's stew.
Dan's cum Tupperware.
Dan's
He
cum
goes, are you
Tupperware.
tired of having to extract cum every time you want to go on a cum
And they
walk?
do the ones that go gray from the thing where they go like, is your cum not coming out of your Tupperware?
Or no, or it shows her taking a load at home, then rushing in a car, and then being at a Kmart and it's just like crust, and you're like,
End up
wah,
looking
wah.
more like a milk mustache than a dirty slut.
And you see them like throwing their hands up and they go, it's all dry. Oh.
Well, Dan's cum Tupperware keeps it fresh, hot, and smells just like the salt right from the load.
Have that load ready whenever you want the load. Take a cum walk anytime. Maybe on a break from visiting your Nana.
Maybe a snowball session at a rest stop.
Maybe you want to felch, but you got no product.
Yeah, that's cum walks are fucking wild. I did not know those were a real thing.
Where can you take a girl like this?
Not the
Anywhere.
Thanksgiving
Where would you
dinner.
want to be seen with her?
Not home for the holidays.
We're going to Jay's Super Bowl party.
Hey,
hurry up.
You want me to come walk in there? He goes, no, not today. Not on the Super Bowl.
She goes, it'd be really hot if I sat and watched football with your friends with cum all over my face. You go, you know what? I feel like that's a fun thing to text me, but I don't think that's a fun thing
Christine's
to do.
batting around the idea of cum serving on Super Bowl Sunday.
She goes, do you guys want a computery board?
Yeah. She opens her lips and it's like when mummies start talking, it's like the sticky lines between.
I go, Christine got into jizz-cootery, and it's upsetting.
Christine, are you cutting that salami with cum all over your face? She goes, yeah, cum serving.
This is some of Ari's cum. This is Jay on a sleepless night.
A whore in the sheets
Christine's
and a
cum
whore on the
hosting?
streets.
Yeah.
God,
Cum hosting.
Dude, I'm telling you, the whole point for me is you're doing it with the cum out of my body. Now, the gas is not in the tank anymore. Mm-hmm. The engine's not moving. You know what I mean? I don't want... That's like...
Jacob, how much for you to cum walk with your own cum?
Like,
I see the hotness of like.
No.
Hang on,
Not-
Christine. Hang on. Jacob,
hold
how
on.
much
She was just agreeing with your cum walk. You
think I don't know Christine would cum walk? She's not gonna do it through Skankfest, but at Kmart and fucking bumfuck nowhere, Christine will take a cum stroll.
That was my moment where she revealed she's a White Walker. Christine's eyes just went blue. She was like, I was like, Christine's not a zombie. She's like,
brains.
yeah, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, Christine straight up cum walk. Jacob, how much to cum walk with your own cum?
Nothing. What can I get? What can I do in life? If you give me $1 million
piece of the
or $2
Titanic.
million, what am I doing? How are the public? How am I going to be able to exist in the public?
What do you think
afterward?
the world? Why do you think the world's going to know?
Because I have a my own load on my face.
You're not
What do you
traveling.
mean?
You're not traveling the world.
On my glasses.
One target's going to know you had cum on your face.
Are there non-glasses ones? Can I ask that? Do they play without helmets?
Was everyone at glasses so far? Oh, I'd like to think there's plenty of raw dog cum walks with a stuck eye would be hilarious.
If you're O.J. Simpson has money, I guess. I'm sure he's doing fine.
He finds streams of revenue.
He's a pariah.
Yeah, but why do you think? But that was a very public murder trial he was on. You
Yeah,
are going to
but
be
I'm
going
getting-
through one GameStop in.
And somebody's going to film it on their phone like they always do, and then I'm going to be the cum shot guy. The guy.
I've
guy
already
with
forgotten
cum
the face of these two girls doing cum walks.
That's you.
Everybody
There's
else
too many
remembers their
videos.
cum walks.
I didn't forget
Yeah.
those jugs and those low prices on those carnations.
Christine, I made Christine cum walk to every front desk of every hotel we've ever been in.
They go, "Hello, Miss Evans. Good to see you again." That's how they know.
Yeah, but it's not
That's
right,
like her
it's not
red
right after we
bonnet.
fuck. We extract early in the day and then put him in our Dan's Cum Tupperware.
Dan's Cum Tupperware, available right now exclusively at Walmart.
Exclusively. All right, guys, it's Tupperware for your cum. Now, we already do have an in-store deal with...
With Walmart, they are carrying, Mark, I feel like you can get in for $400,000 for 10% of the company. As seen on Shark Tank.
My online presence is good.
Now, if you guys can open that Tupperware in front of you, that was 2 days ago. I was in my hotel room watching old Carmilla Bing clips because Jay reminded me of her. And I came 4 separate times. And that's just as fresh. And by the way, I'm not going to say which one, but one of those was when she was a fat clip.
Yeah. So you guys tell me, is that cum runny still?
No.
Is that cum runny? What if I told you that was 3 weeks ago? That cum is still runny.
Feel that.
The viscosity's still there.
Feel that.
Look at that viscosity.
Feel that.
That's what you'll lose.
You can put that on your face and walk through Target like a slut.
Probably still a measurable amount of protein in this.
Yeah.
Now, Let me tell you guys something. It doesn't stop there. I have David Schwimmer back here to tell you a little more about it.
Schwims is going to come in this Tupperware, and then you're going to take this home, and then you're going to have hot Ross cum for the next 3 days.
I left an extra batch myself for all you guys and the thing. If you guys want
to put it on your face and walk through a fucking
how many times
department store?
How many times have you guys been at Bloomingdale's and been like, this walkthrough is not that exciting? Wouldn't this be better with cum on my face?
When have you been on a camping trip and fucked your wife and came on her tits and went, I wish I had more cum on her tits?
Yeah.
Well,
have I got news for you?
Bring it home. Bring a little cum from home.
Schwimmer?
Home?
Bring it out here.
Home is where the cum is.
Oh, hey, I know Dan from a thing, so I promised him I'd
I thought he
his
was
cum
Matt
thing.
Perry for 30 minutes.
Truth be told, I wasn't familiar with his work.
Yeah.
But Schwimmer said he'd come out here and tell you guys. And Schwimmer loves a good cum walk.
Anyone in my cum goblin army.
Go, Christy, I didn't mean to cut you off. Tell everybody how hot you think walking around with cum on your face is.
No, I don't think that's hot. I understand the hotness of like if you get like a little cum on you.
Sure,
you
for
know,
sure. It's
something like that.
yeah.
Or like when guys like if it's like, you know, a girl's like in your beard still or something like that. Like I get that hotness. I'm like, does that totally gross you out too? Or just the idea of like all over? I know this is a whole different thing.
No. What are you talking about now? Like if
She says, do you
like
fuck
if
in a
you
wetsuit?
came on a girl and she like
That's
wiped
hot.
it on her and then like walked around for the rest of the day with that like on her, would you think that's hot?
Like if she wiped it
off?
off, but there was still like remnants under her shirt.
Her shirt had like a one little crusty spot up here on the shoulder. She goes
I'm
back
all right
to
with
work.
that.
Like Monica Lewinsky's blue dress.
No, that's hot. No, I don't want anyone to see it, but I want to know. It's hot that I know it's there.
It's hot that it's there.
Yeah,
It's funny.
that's pretty
Jake-
fucking
Like
hot.
she let it dry on her stomach.
It's
No,
funny.
that's hot.
Yeah, Jacob hitting his truth though, where he just found his moment. He goes, "Yeah, I do."
But that's not what we saw. Can I ask Lou? Like, Lou, you're a father, a husband, and you're going to be
And
a
professional
dad again.
cum walker.
And you have the record for the fastest cum walk.
Yeah, 500
Lou, you're
grand.
in the history books.
Unchallenged for 5 years running, I believe.
Lou, you're the Jim Brown of cum walks. They had to change the rules because of you.
500
Well,
grand.
your price was $1 million.
I want to see where you're where your
Well, he's
walk
going to go
is at.
over $1 million.
He's not going to say
let it-
less than
You
you.
think he's doing? You think he's
Okay.
doing Black Lou's
First of all,
budget
I didn't
cum
remember
walks?
the number.
This isn't. It's not a fucking
Okay, $1
slash
million.
discount.
So Hendrix has to know, is going to find out in 20 years that you walked around with cum on your face.
But that's why he's at Brown University.
Tax free.
Yeah.
Tax free, but
Yeah, the government's not coming after your cum walk money.
I mean we're all going to
and I'm
see.
gonna
I'm
tell you right
almost
now-
sure that's a write-off.
And if they do, that deficit will be settled.
Yeah, then there needs to be new legislation.
Because
for
there's
sure.
a lot of money in cum walking.
And you have to go through like the Paramus Mall.
Lump sum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No
Not
cash
you
annuity.
don't want an annuity.
Yeah,
You'd like
you don't
it
want to
lump
have to
sum.
keep going back to relive it.
Your children are going to see this.
They're going to see it.
Of
They're going to
course.
see the cash.
Yeah,
I
that-
do
They'll
know.
live a
especially
good
when you
life,
get,
but they're gonna
especially when
see
you get them that new trampoline at Christmas that year.
How about for $3?
$3 mil?
$3.
$3 million
You're
ain't
gonna
what
go-
it was.
$3 million.
There are.
They're in school. They have to go to high school. Did
Some
your dad
places
walk
say
to a
that
cum
semen
walk?
is good for your facials. Your
Not
face.
Yeah, and if
They
it's
say
your
it
own,
helps it glow.
is it your own semen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
look
easy.
for something for Christine. Fucking smooth.
I mean,
smooth as a baby
yeah,
ass. That
honestly,
face.
she looks about 15 years younger than when we started this.
Do you
show.
think that's not from cum walks?
Well, I know you guys started going exclusively. I know you started just pounding celery.
Yeah.
So you had
Me,
volume.
I'm having celery smoothies every day. I'm hosing Christine down
Oh,
and then just
God.
sending her out into the world.
He calls his apartment the main stock.
Yeah. Oh man, that is batch all across your face. Why don't you hit Morton Williams real quick and grab us a rotisserie chick?
You know what? Just do an up and down of Filene's basement. See if there's anything you like.
Go over to Bucks and grab me a latte, extra cold foam.
This isn't like a popular thing, though, right? This is niche. This is like
Cum walking?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all the rage.
no. This isn't like
You're wrong about
this
that.
isn't going to blow up like TikTok did. Where I was like, "What's TikTok? What are you dancing?"
I
in
bet
public?
I bet TikTok. Do they have rules? No nudity stuff rules? TikTok.
yeah.
They do.
TikTok soaking, because I do that joke about getting COVID in Utah, and I talk about soaking, and people are like, "Dude, it's all over TikTok."
But what do you mean?
Like
Do it-
Mormons-
but doing it?
They're like filming because the friends jump on a bed,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Dude, it's all over TikTok."
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, so then maybe cum walks will make a TikTok trend.
yeah, possibly
TikTok trend?
TikTok trend.
Hashtag cum walk.
I have to sis, but should we wait until?
Everybody send your cum walks to, what should they send it to? The Bonfire. Where do they send things to? What's our email?
Jacob Batat at.
Yes. Send your cum walk videos to your own cum walk videos, by
to
the way.
the cum walker, Jacob Batat.
Yeah. Cum walks all sent to Jacob Batat. What is it? Batat. You're not going to give us your actual email here?
I don't want cum walks in my work email.
Well, how are we going to see them? You're the producer.
Oh, it's
They
content.
can do it to the Bonfire email.
The Bonfire at
Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Bonfire. The Bonfire at SiriusXM.
I hope you
forget.
get exclusively men sending you them walking around with cum on them.
Maybe. Listen, if a guy's willing to do a cum walk, I'm willing to watch it. I don't get why you would. I mean, other than pure hilarity.
I mean, that's what
Actually, it will be hilarious. If guys do cum walk videos, you better have some interactions.
Yo, anyway, so that sir, he goes, sir, I'm sorry, you have something on your nose.
And you go, I guess you go, here, this side? like when you know, is it all?
You know what I realized? This is coming. I'm a dirty pig.
You see a little something in your face, he goes, oh, it's cum. Yeah, I'm on a cum walk.
Yeah,
Oh, they have just on a cum walk real quick.
in the slut tribe. This is how you earn your keep.
Everyone must do a cum walk.
I got to piss. We
You
got
have to make piss?
We got Brooklyn Chris coming in today.
Chris from Brooklyn.
Chris from Brooklyn.
Say one thing, like just getting. You were playing Robert Johnson, I guess, earlier.
Mhm.
The bands that I've always been into, their influences blow to me. Like, would you sell your soul to the devil for this?
No.
I'm sure I could play this in a day.
Yeah.
You think you could play this in a day?
Yeah.
One day, I think I could learn this.
I think it's the
Are you
first
going
song
to
you
hell
learn.
for this, Dan?
I don't think you could learn this in a day. With the devil's help, maybe. Did you ever see it's one of my favorite SNL sketches of all time with Garth Brooks hosting and Will Ferrell's
Ferrell.
the devil and he sells his soul for a song and all this stuff. Weekends, I've been working for the weekends. And he goes, I'm sorry, that sucks.
Yeah, his song all suck.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. Yeah, he goes, oh, God damn it, come on.
I'm right there. It's right there.
Just go. And he's like, you know what, man, I think I'm good. God damn, dude, Will Ferrell melting down as the devil is so fucking funny. Weekends, I've been working for the weekends. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
Anyway, our guest, everyone, is sitting in with us today. You can check him out on High Society Radio on the Gas Digital Network, as well as Notes of a Goon and Catalyst Wrestling. February 23rd to the 25th, you're going to see him at Helium Buffalo with Ryan Long. Everyone, make some noise for our friend, Chris from Brooklyn.
Jacob's got a man crush on you, dude.
Is that true?
Yeah, Jacob thinks you're the shit.
That's great.
Jacob's like, I love Chris. Why hasn't he been on the show? I was
really?
like, I don't know. Let's have Chris on the show then.
Because I told him he was very funny in the green room at your show at the Bell House.
Oh, really?
Jacob's like, I got to get Chris back on the show.
Yeah. He's like, guy, you got to be on immediately. Come back on.
I think Jacob was the one who brought it up, though. He's like, Chris from Brooklyn should be on again soon. Yeah, dude, sure.
Hell yeah. We're totally down with it.
No, we're down with it, but it's funny that Jacob brings it up. I was like, I didn't really even know you knew Chris that well.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Good friend.
Before the break, we were talking about Jay introduced me to cum walking, where women have cum on their face and they walk through public areas and, you know.
Cum walks.
Cum walks.
Sounds like really hot. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Well, all right. Well, see, I was thinking immediately if I've came on you, the bag's drained, I don't have that same heat that we had.
I'm saying if I just saw a girl walking around with a load on her face,
for
I'm like,
sure.
I bet she's a nice person.
Yeah. Well, so we watched one.
She at least thinks about others.
Yeah. She does, and she's also a performance artist.
But here's what I don't ever see in one of these videos that I would think would be fun to do is if you see it, someone walking by, 'cause everyone's always going to kind of be like, you know, not, the idea I think is nobody notices because people don't stare at your face.
Yeah.
But it'd be funny to walk next to somebody and just be like, come walking.
Yeah.
Just
She goes,
going by. They go,
sure am.
because I saw some video today. I don't know if it was on World Star or something, but it's a girl who does like an OnlyFans thing, I guess, and she's like dildoing herself, and a guy like walks up. I ended up clicking got over to her Twitter somehow. I forget the girl's name, but it's this like black chick who's all all pierced up, and she's dildoing herself, and the guy walks up and he goes, "Can you need some help with that?" And she's like, "Oh no, like she gets weird and like
She was outside?
he was in her car outside, and she was like pissy that somebody like, and she's like, yo, this guy for real just caught me playing with myself.
Dude, there used to
like,
be a naked trans woman that would troll around Bensonhurst in a blue, I swear to God, blue Volkswagen Beetle. The license plate said Bug's Life on it. And I remember I got off the F train and I'm walking down like Avenue P, hammered at like 4 a.m, and you just see blonde hair, big fake tits, naked in this car, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, something like that. I go, hello, and just does this, comes around, and she's like, what's up, you like this? And I was like, sorry, bro, I can't.
What is, you go, whoa,
I was
what a
doing-
reveal.
Oh, I didn't know.
And then I saw, just in the middle of the day, just a drunk Mexican guy in a parking lot just be like, fuck it, and just get into that car.
He's had after work Coronas because he's been out there since the sun rose.
Where's the luck? I don't see enough, like, good, just crazy shit.
It's because you're
You know
looking
what I mean?
for it. It's like love. You're
Yeah.
lking for it.
That's
You just
what it
gotta
is.
let
I am
go,
looking for it all
then
the
it'll
time.
find you.
Oh, it's
You're
like
right.
it's like a watched pot. It's
Yeah.
never gonna come walk.
Yeah. I've never seen a girl just walk around with cum.
Why can't I bump into a girl on a cum
Which fucking
walk?
Are these cups of ice for our campaigns? Nice.
What do you have, the red or the
Oh,
orange?
the red, of course.
So, Chris, do you know about campaign?
I'm aware.
You're about
Okay,
to crush,
so
you're
you
about
know
to
the
crush
alcohol.
I tried to get one off of Lou at the Christmas show, and he was guarding them with his life.
Really? What is
I
it?
literally
Is
go,
it-
Lou, how do I get one of those campaigns? And you ran away and said, talk to Jacob.
What is
Talk
the
to
alcohol?
Jacob.
Now, Jacob, that is, each can is a half a bottle of wine,
Yeah,
right?
bottle of wine.
And I haven't had a drink in a month.
You did sober
Or breakfast today.
Dry January. Well, that's gonna fuck you up. You gotta put some food in the stomach.
No, you're fine. Don't
Hey,
listen
look,
to
we
that
got a
shit.
chewy. Have a granola bar.
No, Jay's never steered me wrong. I'm gonna
Never
take
once
his word
have
on
I
it.
ever steered you wrong.
He also puked wine into a bucket at Anthony Cumia's house.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Do I bring up your things from a long time ago?
Did I bring up your fucking smidges on your record?
Damn,
How about the time you did a thing
I'm
once?
really sad we never got to drink together.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
When I was at that restaurant by Cabin, I was like, damn, I put in my fucking 10,000 hours.
Oh yeah.
In that place?
Yeah.
I didn't spend a lot of time with drunk soda. Your drinking crew wasn't my thing. I told
It was
you,
Nate and Liz.
Everyone kind of forgets though. Like I was around at the clubs,
Mm-hmm.
but like when after the club hang, like, I was driving home.
No, hold on a second.
I was gone.
To say you didn't hang out with Drunk Soda is a bold-faced lie because I have hung out with you stand-up New York and I would go with you to the comic strip.
But you weren't
Hammered.
But I know, but I didn't. You said you didn't read that way. You weren't like anything where I was like, damn, dude, he's fucking wrecked.
No, but I had them in me.
I'm not saying, but I didn't really have a thing where. But I
CBs?
wasn't drinking.
No.
Like, so my point is like me and you weren't
yeah.
drinking together.
No, we didn't get a lot of nights drinking together. The CB's nights were the closest. Sometimes you'd have a drink or two at CB's, and then like Wayne was letting Norman and I drink for like Rick was the bartender, so we didn't fucking pay for anything. And then we'd go upstairs and drink there. But you're right. I got drunk at your barbecue, where Kurt coined the term Red State Nate. He goes, it's the only game in town. He goes, it's really the only guy you can go after. That was when you had your patio. And then I got drunk when we watched Nick Cannon's first special. I was hungover when you picked me up. And then I got drunk at the Richie Redding show.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Black Comedy show
where they turned on me hard.
and I was getting drunk in the back. And then
Wait, you left Richie Redding show to go to a blacker comedy show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Richie
And
Redding show was not it was a community playhouse theater.
Yeah, it was very fun.
It was good.
It was a lot of fun. And I ended up just drinking like 6 Yinglings watching Jay from the side, just sitting on a folding chair. And so I was feeling good. And then Jay's like, do you want to go with me to this comedy show? I'm like,
Well, no, this was all the plan because you were with me
yeah.
the whole time. We drove down
and we
from
were
New
going to
York
go
together.
home after the second show. And then Jay's like, let's go to this other show. And Richie and I were the only two white people in there besides Jay, just at the bar drinking. And then it went south because Jay was doing his pubic hair bit. And
before that, you don't remember when I went on stage? I just never forget this. The guy wouldn't stop playing the music when he brought me on the DJ.
Oh, okay.
And then I went up to him, I was like, and then like I just looked at him, he was like staring at me like shitty, and then he finally turned it off. And I was like, are you angry at me? Or something like that. And he was like, no.
Yeah.
It was just like everything was just standoffish.
It was very
except the guy who produced the show
loved you.
Couldn't have been sweeter about everything.
Yeah, and loved Jay. And then Jay did crowd work with the where he was just doing his joke about pubic hair, and he asked the daughter, and her stepmom was like, "That's the man who writes your checks or whatever."
She
Jay
looked
goes,
like Salt from Salt and Pepper.
Yeah. Jay goes, do you think he writes me checks? It was like something like that. He's like, do you think I'm on a salary? And like they started talking, and that was when you had to wait around for your money, and we were outside smoking.
Well, it turns out the stepmother was like, "That's my stepdaughter," and she was like, it said it was the daughter of the guy
who loved you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was such a weird thing. When I got off stage, he literally was following us out, going like, "I hope you'd come back, man, and do it again."
Well,
Like,
you were waiting for him to get the money. That's when we were smoking, and that French woman was like, "That was crap."
I go to the Tropicana in Atlantic City, and I never see crap like that.
That was crap because it got like It was hilarious. I was loving
Oh,
watching.
I noticed in the corner.
JD started talking
I noticed
shit
in the
about
corner,
everybody.
Dan and the bartenders were having a ball.
I mean, I was
like laughing.
and
So I
that-
just kept
yeah.
shitting on the crowd and did my time.
But that's and then we left the show and it started pouring rain and Jay was like, "You want to go to my mom's house?
Like, we could be there in like 30 minutes.
We can get Wawa, go to my mom's house and watch Nick Cannon's Showtime special. We'll see if it's on." And it was on, and we smoked weed in the backyard with Bobby.
It's one of my favorite things ever. Also, I was like, I had such guilt that whole weekend. I
Yeah.
was like, man, did I fucking like just get my brother like smoking weed? Like that was weird. Because I took care of him when he was little,
really?
you know what I mean? I was like, maybe that wasn't a good idea. It turns out that was a light night for him while he was in the middle of doing heroin, I think, constantly.
And Jay didn't know.
I had no
Jay
idea.
just weeks later, he goes, "Remember how I felt bad about smoking a joint with my brother?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, he's doing heroin." And I was like, "Well, then."
Yeah.
So that was a fun night.
Yeah.
Then it
Yeah,
was
we
all-
actually gave him a nice, easy night off.
Yeah, that was great. And then we.
Yeah, that was his landing gear from the weekend.
He goes, "You know what? I'm not gonna have shakes on Monday because of you. I
Thanks.
appreciate that." But yeah, dude, I never got drunk with you or you. I think Nate, List, and
Giannis, those guys.
Giannis. Yeah. Anyone I
I
did
knew
a
the
song-
crew, Shacky.
Shacky would show up, but he never drank.
Oh, really?
Norman. It was Norman, List, me, Nate,
DeRosa.
DeRosa was always the guy that got us into the cooler shit. Like he would get us into the Comedy Central party or whatever. Or
And you guys
he would
get
bring.
hammered there.
He brought Burr out one night, and me and Nate were like two Bieber fans. We were like, "Do you remember when you were at Town Hall and you did that joke about fat people live lives like rock stars?" And he's like, "Yeah, what the fuck?" And he just like was uncomfortable. And then Nate and I were both like, when he left, we were like, "That was so we got to hang out with Bill Burr." I was still a waiter.
Dude, Christine went the drinking. That was the funniest. Early dating when she went to the New York Comedy Festival party. She's got blasted.
Jessie May.
Jessie May Peluso.
remember
Got blasted.
that.
Started smoking cigarettes in the bathroom. And
Always the dumbest move. I don't understand.
Actually, first thing
yeah,
they did
why
was
would
they
you-
went to a bus. They went to bus like bins, and took like half bottles of wine or whatever,
Yeah.
or booze, and they went in
Somebody
the
put a
bathroom.
half bottle of wine in the bus bin. We were like, well, this is just going to go waste.
I
and they went-
completely still get that line.
They went in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
I kind of don't.
They
I'm
went-
not hating on that.
They went in the
really.
bathroom and smoked cigarettes, and then got physically kicked out of the party. And I was supposed to meet Christine afterwards or something at there or something, whatever it was. She goes, "Meet me at this diner on the corner of my block," which was the old Moonstruck. And I get over there, dude, and she is just like, I love the drunk Christine. So she's telling the story like, these assholes threw us out simply because we stole booze and were smoking inside. Like they're such assholes. And then watching her try to navigate, she bought a waffle. And she was just sitting there trying to eat a waffle at the bar. And I mean, this fork and the piece of waffle and the drip of the maple syrup.
Which has
just
got to be so annoying for you.
trying to watch her airplane it into her mouth was unattractive to say the least.
So it's clearly I'm right and they're wrong.
But that was one of your like, fuck you, I don't even care.
That's-
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
That's super attractive after you've had sex with somebody. Before, you're like,
That's
whoa,
like-
what are you, cum walking over there? That's a
an-
pre-cum walk.
That's an emotional cum walk.
Yeah.
Is when they start snapping back and forth.
Emotional cum walk.
You know what's as sticky as that syrup? This cum walk. You take home tomorrow morning.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. That was just a portion, a tiny sliver, a morsel of the entire show. You want the whole thing? Go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire for a special offer that is tremendous. It's so good.
It's going to make your family upset with you.
We're going to lose money over here. And you can go to BigJComedy.com and DanSoder.com for our stand-up dates.